Hello! So about a year ago, Mr. Gabriel McCaslin sent me this transcription of his, and I promised him I would review it. And it took a year, but today's the day. So let's get started. He submitted this transcription by Django Reinhardt, and I noticed some little fingering issues that could be improved, and also some notation conventions. So we'll do this on Sibelius. Here I've got the song loaded up on YouTube. I usually have it on Transcribe, but I'm lazy today. So let's just get started. Set up Sibelius. Since I already know the key, it's in the key of G. Whoops, yeah, G. And it starts with, come on. And this thing. There we go. Create. So we're going to copy the whole thing, and let's see. So let's see what he did. He started with the F natural. Oh, he has it in B flat, but it's actually in the key of G. So he starts on the F, and he writes an eighth note. I personally would not do that. I would do this. There. And I always start with a tab when it's guitar because it's actually faster to write this way. So this F natural, I write it as a quarter note. And if you want to be even more precise, yeah, go ahead. You can put the little staccato symbol. You can't see the note thing here, but here, the staccato symbol. So I won't, because, you got to use your ears anyway. So let's listen. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, same thing. He wrote it. Look, if we can put it side by side here. There we go. He wrote it here like this as an eighth note, but I would just do it as a quarter note. It's just easier to read. And he has but no, this note, I think Django did it this way. Of course, we'll never 100% know, but this is very idiomatic for Django. Let's see. He is missing the note D here because it's barely audible, but I have a strong feeling that Django was playing it. So, did he play this 6 here, this F here or here? It's hard to tell. Both could work. It's possible that he did this here. You can't see me now, but one thing about Django that you have to understand, that he's often thinking in terms of chord shapes. So for this first chord, he is clearly seeing this shape. I'm going to write it down. And a lot of his improvisation is based on chord shapes. And this is true for a lot of guitar players. Wes Montgomery, George Benson, Pat Martino, etc. Charlie Christian is a very big example, good example of this. So anyway, yeah, Django's thinking this. So it could either be this or this. If you play with a two-finger approach, which I don't really recommend, there are many reasons for that, but I won't get into this here. You might be tempted to do it this way. It's like, oh yeah, it works. But sometimes Django has shown that he goes more for the shape than he does for convenience. So this shape in his mind is more mentally convenient. I'm not saying that's what he does. Let's listen and see if we can maybe hear. Yeah, I think he does play it on the B string. Da, 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 da. And did he play this here or here? Hard to tell, very hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. I do think it's here though. Okay, D. You know what? Now that I hear there's a little tiny slide here. So I have a suspicion that he does play it here. I'm kind of pointing with my fingers, but I realize you can't see my fingers, so I'm just using my mouse Here, and he does a little slide to this. I think he does play it here. Okay, and then you see this triplet. This is a typical Django ornament that is very common in the Gypsy community, and it's very easy to miss. I don't even know how I learned this. I guess I spent enough time with them and I just realized they did this. So, people would be tempted to write a trill. He didn't write anything here, first of all, but people would be tempted to write this. But nope, it's this. Does a hammer and then picks the note with an upstroke. It's just a very typical Gypsy ornament. Let's copy what he wrote here. Yeah, okay, so you see the same F note here. Whoops, not F note, but you hear a big tone difference between this F and E natural. He did this, you could do that. Something simpler for me. I program my own shortcut keys on Sibelius. Boom. There we go. Oh, and it's true. Something I do also before transcribing is this. Make layout uniform, 2, 4. It's just more visually appealing for me. And then this I don't like though. So that's what sucks about Sibelius. You can make it look very, very professional, but it takes time. And I'll do this at the end because as I move things around, it might get screwed up. I'll do the perfect placement later. Okay. Yep, those fingerings look okay. Do we? Yeah, it looks very idiomatic for sure. I'll just copy what he wrote. Interesting. I wonder if Django really intentionally played this this D flat. It's written as C sharp here, but it should be D flat. He wrote 11, but this is more typical for Django, and something's wrong here. Oops. That's good. Yeah, I'm right. Let's just copy. Actually, my bad. No. Yep. Yes, my bad. You got it right. These are the fingerings that Django used. If Django were playing, that's why he used this diminished arpeggio. If Django were playing sorry, it's hard for me to just think, like this, he would have done it like this. But he's playing diminished, and this is Django's fingering, one of his fingerings anyway. And you can also hear this. Yeah, it's this. Okay, Bobby da bomb. Let's look at the fingers. Is that on the E string? Very hard to tell. They both probably work, but let me just, first of all, I write it like this. This could also work, Copy this. Probably a slide or hammer-on, hard to tell. We'll just say it's a slide for now. When there's no video, there's some things you can't tell with certainty. All right. Yeah, this could work. So, next bar. Boing. Is this on the B string, on the E string? You know, I don't have my guitar with me. Later on, I would check with my guitar too, but. Yeah, these notes, I can definitely hear the B string. And you know, even possibly the G string. So, this could either be this or this. You can hear the tone quality. It's one of the two. And therefore, I think this is correct here, 11th fret. Again, it's something I would be able to tell with more certainty if I had my guitar with me, but right now, it's not important for me to. In fact, you know, could be this. Let's see. Or even this. No. Seems weird to do that. Very hard to tell, huh? Well. Oops. This is another one of those Django ornaments. This one is also, here, put this side by side. Bam. Okay. Oops. So this one, it's kind of a triplet, but kind of not. You can write it so many different ways. I personally like to write it this way, but it's actually not 100% precise. But what Django does, first of all, there's that little slide. We'll put that later. It's this. Something like this. This is approximative. Yeah, so that's another typical Django ornament. And it could be on the wrong set of strings. It could be up there too, like he wrote. What do you do? I know there's a kind of slide to this note, which might make us think it's there, but it's really hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. I like this for now. Again, that's me without a guitar in my hand, so I'd know better if I had the guitar. Yeah, I mean, sure, why not? Let's just put it here. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. For phrases like these, it doesn't matter which string you play them on, as long as you're still in the spirit of his, of the way he's thinking, which is based on chord shapes. Whoops. Let me just copy what he wrote. So let's listen. Yeah. Oops. I can hear some things that he missed there. Kind of wrong note. This should be more correct, but whatever. Django's Django. He does what he wants. Yeah, I could have written a half note too. Let me just write what he wrote here. And this is... Alright, this looks kind of weird, but we'll see. Oops. I think it's this. Even faster, maybe like I kind of have a feeling he wanted to do something like this. Very typical Django. Let's hear. Yeah, this is more typical Django. Let's see what he wrote, yeah. Whoops. Hey, you got the wrong note there. No, I had the right note. I heard wrong. Duh. And let's see what he's got for this piece. He has the right idea. Let's see what he wrote. No, I think we'll look at the fingering in a second. Oh, no. Let's see. Yep. Possibly even could possibly be something like this. So this is definitely played with a downstroke. I think it's something like this. This like you can do this. These fingerings look okay. The same Gypsy ornament. I think. Oh wait, let me see. Yeah, there we go. No. Yeah, you can hear this on the A string. Yo, it's on the A string, yo. He has a double bar line here. I don't think it's necessary. Man, this is a long solo. All right. You know what? I'm gonna save a bit of time. Let's just copy exactly what it is, and we'll correct later. Whoops. I have my way of writing these. Yeah, let's do this much. So we started here. Boom, boom. So definitely. What the hell is all this crap here? Jordan Peterson, will you marry the wrong person? The fuck? College professor confronts. And you know what? Like, I go to sleep listening to podcasts and it'll play everything. And I guess it has this weird idea of what I like, but anyway. It's hard to hear if he's doing hammers or not. It's not very clear. What's very confusing for me is that this is A440 here in this tonality, and here it's something else. There. Yeah. Oh, the pitch is so off. Oh, okay, this is how I do it. Oh, he wrote triplet, but no. It's more like ornamentation here. There we go. And it's also like slightly laid back, but this is good enough. So let's continue. It's this one. It's the same gypsy ornament again. You guys can hear it now, right? Right. It's this one. He's singing this shape, by the way. He does this also in the Rome sessions of what's it called? What is this thing called? Love. But this is the chord. This is the chord that Django is thinking of, and he does this over a C7. It creates this C7 flat 9 or sharp 11, depends on the context. Music theory nerd. He's singing that shape, but like, what fingering is he using? Is this or this? You know what? Doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Doesn't matter. Either or, as long as you understand what he's thinking, it doesn't matter. I have a feeling there's also one thing about Django that is very important. It's his sound. Sometimes he's picking close over the sound hole, and sometimes he's picking by the bridge, depending on what he wants to achieve the sound. Here you can hear that he's definitely picking closer to the sound hole, maybe even over the sound hole. So his very soft tone. And when you want to try to get into Django's spirit, you have to take into account his tone, his sound, his dynamics. Where are we? Let's see what he wrote. Whoa, complete da 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 da. Let's see. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, it's better if I just look at what I have. Typical Django ornament. He plays this with a downstroke, pulls off, and then upstroke here. Typical Django ornament. I teach this to my students all the time. Whoops. What fingering is he using here? That's a downstroke, for sure. What did he do here? Whoa. There's more what I hear. The timing is not super precise, it's kind of floaty. There are so many ways you could write this. I'll just choose one because I'm lazy. Yeah, I'll accept this for now. What did he write? No. I don't have that 8 that he has there. Oops. Am I hearing something or not hearing something? I don't hear this 8. It could be there. It definitely could be implied. I'll try to hear one more time. See if I can. I don't hear it. But just because I don't hear it doesn't mean that Django didn't mean to, didn't want to play it. Like, he might have played it. And it's also possible that Gabriel transcribed from another source that was better mastered. Maybe you do hear it. So yeah, you know, you have to understand that Django is improvising here, and mistakes happen. And he's also playing with a big handicap. So sometimes he misses certain notes, and that's not what he intended to do. So you have to also understand what he's thinking. Let's see what... I think that could be okay fingering. Yeah, I think that can be an okay fingering here. Alright, I think I'm going to stop this at the first half, and if you guys like this, maybe I'll do the second half another time. Because I didn't think it was going to take this long. I thought it was a 32 bar form. You guys can clearly see the shape that Django is thinking, right? The timing is not like so great. What? Oh, it's the tuning that's just messing my brain. The timing's not... What? What's wrong? What? Yeah, it's the tuning. It's just... That's why it's better to have this exported and transcribed, and I can pitch shift it to the correct pitch. So I'll stop here. This is half of the solo. So you see some of the little changes I did, namely with regards to ornaments. You know what? Maybe I can just do the B section. Yeah, let's do the B section. Ah. let me copy what he wrote first. It may probably be easier this way. Okie dokie. Oh, you can see that Django is thinking of this shape here. Oops. That's the shape that Django is thinking about. This is also a shape that Charlie Christian likes. I have a theory that they influenced each other. I don't know who influenced who, but they use similar shapes, Charlie Christian and Django. But neither of them would admit to it. These look like very strange fingerings, but whatever. We'll check that out later. Okay, let's do the B section. I would write these like this, actually. Ah. I think these like are kind of Django-ish fingerings. I mean, yeah, I think these are kind of Django-ish fingerings. I can think of a few other variations, but as long as we're staying, we're kind of going along the lines of how he's thinking of chord shapes. This could work also, and I could see a chord shape here. And if you're not sure which chord shape it is, let me show it to you. Let me write it down here. This one. Sorry. It's a D major chord shape. So you see this? Can you see it here? So that's one possibility. There are other possibilities too, though. I can think of another one. But all right, let's continue. All right, let's try to finish this off. Let me copy what he wrote. Yeah. What? We'll check it out later. This doesn't strike me as a chord that Django would do, but we'll see. Whoops. Damn it. This does sound like a Django chord. Whoops. Oh, whoops. Alright, almost done. If you're watching this entire thing, you must be really bored. Or you want to learn. Whoops. Here's an example of Django thinking in terms of shapes. See? Yeah, Django loves shapes. Damn it. Okay, let's check it out. Yo, let's take the shit out. Boop. Let me just experiment with some things. I'm thinking. Oh man. You can definitely hear the string change here. And you can also hear that he's picking more by the bridge. Here he's picking closer to the hole, and here by the bridge. Check this out. See, he gradually shifts his right hand towards the bridge. I knew it. Whoops, this. It's that ornament. He missed it as well up there. I think it's a slide. No. Where did Django play this? That is the question now. There's one note missing. Let's explore different options. Maybe it is here. I mean, those three notes are there. I knew. I should have thought of this. Yes. Yes. But wait, there is, hold on, hold on, hold on. Wait a minute. Oh man, this is really hard. I'm just experimenting with different sounds. These three notes are definitely correct, but then there's definitely also a B, a C here. So it actually might just be this. It would go so faster if I had my guitar in my hands, but there's no guitar close to me. Yeah, okay, so you know what? It's maybe this is the correct one, maybe. I just feel like there's some bottom note missing. I think he meant to play this. Yeah, you know what? Just this. Yeah. Ah, this is very interesting. He's now playing by the sound hole again. So he gets this very soft tone. It's hard to tell if he's picking or slurring this note. This is very typical Django to do this though. This slur, pull off with an upstroke, then down. And you can hear that this is the fingering because there's a slight gap. He's using the middle finger here, and then with the middle finger he jumps to this one too. Listen. And he's definitely picking by the sound. Ah, here's another shape. So over a B flat chord, Django thinks G minor, this G minor triad. Yeah, his finger slides a little bit. We'll leave it as it is. Ah, that's on the B string. You can hear the open B. Because this shape here, this C7, wait. Actually, sorry, this is C7. So so over B flat, Django does indeed like to think a B flat over a B flat triad. Django will think G minor triad, but also over a C7 triad chord, Django will also think the same triad. So Django loves to use simple shapes, and he superimposes them over different chords. And here, this shape, this is if I write the whole shape down. Let me just do this. It's this. See? It's hold on. I got lost now. And it's this chord. This Django is thinking. Hold on. That's what he's visualizing here. Okay, let's continue. Almost done. This, I was right. So this part, he had written like a full slur, but no, 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 no. It's this, because he does it again here. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I knew it. He did a. Let's see what he did. See, no, no, like this. Yep. Django loves him shapes. There we go. That's the whole solo transcribed. Now let's make everything look beautiful. Ah, so beautiful. The engraving. Pop, pop, pop. I have all these shortcut commands. If you use Sibelius, I recommend that you program your own shortcut keys. Ah, crap, this is ugly. I don't like this. There. There goes D7 here, B flat 7, then it has that D7 descending progression, B flat, C7, C7, B flat, D7, B. How does this? I don't remember this chord progression. I'll have to look what he. Yeah, 2 bars of D7. Then E flat 7. D7 G. Da da ding ding da da ding ding ding. Ding ding ding. There, that's the whole song. Bam! Okay, let's look at everything. Boom, 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 boom. Here, I'll do the slides now. Make him look nice. Actually, here, chromatically like this. With unharmonics, it can get confusing sometimes, but I just try to go for what's a balance between what's theoretically correct or what's easy to read. Yeah. Oh man, Sibelius is just sometimes it's not very responsive, very stubborn. This is very interesting. Yeah, like this. That's right. No, you know what? Because it's kind of like how do you say, approach tones. Sharp 11. Let's call it a sharp 11. It's very interesting, this kind of a motif. See, these notes don't actually work over C7, but Django doesn't give a crap. He just hears it and he does it. That's how boss he is. Because you're thinking in terms of chord scale theory, you would never think of this. So wrong, like a B natural. Just Django just heard some sound in his ear and he went for it. Yeah. Yeah, see, it's like inharmonically correct. I mean, this is inharmonically correct. What's easier to read? Maybe this. I don't know. You tell me. A lot of things are acceptable. That's why I believe jazz music shouldn't be notated in the traditional sense. Just gotta like feel things. Yeah, play with feel, man. That's how I play. It's pretty funny. I show this lick to my students all the time. Beginner students, I always set them up with this pattern. Typical Django pattern. Yes. Sweet. Yeah, this is the chord we had trouble with. But I think this is it. This is definitely it. You got it right. Good job, Gab. All in all, he did a very good job. A true Djangologist. There. Look at this shape. Pretty cool, huh? Look at this chord. Look at... He literally is thinking in terms of chord shapes. And often I've reduced Django's shapes to 5. There are only 5 that he thinks about. And they're with variations, of course. There we go. That's the entire solo. Bam! There we go. What else to say? Oh yeah, picks out for Harambe.